Ari's a dumbass. She's a dumbass. She's a dumbass.
She's a bottom. He's a bottom. He's a bottom. He's a big ol' bottom. He's a bottom. He's a big ol' bottom. He's a bottom. He's a big ol' bottom.
Hello, this is Captain Poodle speaking. Are you ready to find love?
Yes, ahoy, matey.
Love. Exciting and new. Go online. They're catfishing you.
Shocker.
Fiancé.
Soon you'll be flying to parts unknown.
90-day Beyonce.
Marrying someone you only met on your phone.
Be they French or Chinese, a brand new K1 visa's the key.
Ooh, the key to what, Poodle?
To love. It's 90-day gate. Let's love.
Y'all,
We can't sing anymore.
No.
It'll just be racist.
it's just rights.
Because we would think about that. We would think about that.
Simba.
Come on.
Simba, you will never see your father.
Start enjoying those polo shirts.
Yeah.
You'll never see Ethiopia, Simba.
Hope you enjoy wearing Lacoste. Yeah. Or maybe Tommy Hilfiger.
Or now, when you get your new name, Aviel.
Who, Tommy Hilfiger is a horrible anti-Semitist. Maybe wear
Jesus.
something else, Aviel.
I don't think they could have diametrically named them two things. One more Christian with Gabriel,
Uh-huh.
and the other more Jewish with Aviel.
That's true.
I think. Oh God!
Y'all, welcome to 90 Day
Welcome to 90
Gays.
Day Gays.
We're just perplexed.
You're still hot for me.
We're perplexed. That was so much to take in. And I feel like
Saw too much to take in here. Never said that before.
never. Y'all, my name's, if you don't my name's Matt.
This is 90 Day Gays.
A.K. Maddie. And that's Poodle, a.k.a. Jake. Some people still think we sound alike.
Okay.
So, you
Turn
know,
your phone over, please.
maybe we have new people here. I'm
You
just
turn-
letting them know.
Just turn your phone over so I don't have to see it when people.
Is that what people say about your face? Just turn over so I don't have to look at your face so I can shame fuck you. So I can pretend you're a woman. It's so smooth.
I have never been shame fucked in my life. I'll have them turn around to face me. I'm like, stare in my eyes.
Really?
Oh yeah.
You never had one guy who just said, just roll over.
No. I have had one guy say, when I was trying to make noise, like, I'd rather no one make noise.
Weird.
And I was quiet.
Because, y'all, Poodle sounds like a cat giving birth. I bet, oh my
It's a
God.
performance worthy of Sarah Bernhardt.
I bet you were
They
so
throw
loud.
roses at the end.
Have your neighbors ever commented?
No.
But I'm sure they've heard.
Sometimes I feel like, before COVID anyway, sometimes I feel like my bed is squeaky, so I'm sure it makes a lot of noise. That poor girl who lives underneath me. Maybe that's why the dog is so traumatized.
It is. Maybe like the sound of sex was calming and you haven't had it during COVID. So now the dog is not calmed by like the pheromones produced in your apartment daily.
Anyway,
y'all.
We're going to talk about Ari and Binyam's little baby Simba or Avi or Gabriel or whatever the fuck they're going to name it.
Boy, you know what? Y'all, because well, never mind. I'll wait till we get to her. I hate Ari.
Well, I knew from our first episode I was going to hate her the most.
I knew, but I didn't realize it would just deepen.
Yeah. You mean the fact that she literally had a nervous breakdown?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah. She needed, her mom is not only her mom is her emotional support mom. Like an animal.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Because she loses it without it.
Oh, yeah. I mean, do you want to just talk about them now? I know we'd be skipping around, but I feel like it's on our, I feel like as we say in the South, it's on our heart. It's on our heart.
I need to tell you something that's on my heart this morning.
It's been on my heart, and I just really been thinking about it. I think you're going to hell. I think you're going to see the flames, and I want you to see the glory.
Pastor Jim mentioned something. It's been on my heart ever since Sunday.
Come in as if things are on your heart.
And Pastor Jim's the same one who says, Father, we just want to thank you.
Mm-hmm.
He does the Father, we just prayers. I mentioned that on our
watch along.
On our watch along. I think I mentioned I don't mention the podcast, maybe.
You have mentioned it before.
Yeah.
Yes. Because remember our friend Liz Assey said she was on the train and she started dying laughing so hard. Because she's from North Carolina.
Y'all, if you're from the South, you've definitely participated in a Father Ouija's prayer.
You have. Even I have. And I was a Catholic and we didn't really do those.
Father, we just want to thank you. It's all very like casual.
I never get that, especially being Catholic. Casual prayers seem so they feel like
but no, it's because you're talking
gross.
to God because He's like your best
but
friend.
It's so gross to me. And I'm not saying it's wrong, but I'm just saying it's just not at all what I grew up with.
It's kind of creating a false sense of closeness. To also a God they're afraid will punish them.
As my Aunt Peggy says, He loves you, but He smites you. He'll smite. You read that Old Testament, son. He smites you.
Yeah, and so it's an interesting dichotomy of if God is like your best friend or like your work supervisor who still kind of lets you off when he needs to,
and that's why,
or he's going to punish you.
Which is why I kind of let go of it, because I don't believe God is that.
Anyway,
personally.
Let's move on to more of. Speaking of people who have two different versions
God,
about God,
and really everything.
Speaking of two people who don't know one another.
Yeah, really.
Who had a baby.
They really didn't know one another before they fucked.
Yeah, it's a shame.
This
is what happens when you have fuckboys on vacations.
It's true.
And you don't use protection.
Let's just talk about Ariella and Biniam. We're going to get into it.
So, you guys, we found out last week, they are having the baby today. She made herself look nice. She's got her Egyptian eye, her cat eye. She thought she was going in for a hot checkup and she was going to look cute.
Uh-huh.
And she didn't know she was going to birth a fucking baby today.
She was going to birth a fucking baby today. And it was like the first 5 minutes of this episode was just the Blair Witch Project. Are you scared? I'm scared. I'm so scared. Are you scared? I am scared. I am scared. Yes, I'm so scared. Scared.
And then I liked it when she said, "Are you scared?" And she's like,
"Y'all don't pull over. Don't pull over. They're coming."
And Ari says, "Of course I'm fucking scared.
Of course I'm scared."
Turns into like Exorcist voice.
Boy,
don't pull over.
Yeah, and then that's when they really
Hail Mary,
are
full of grace.
The Lord is with thee.
thee.
Blessed art thou among women, blessed fruit of thy womb, Jesus, Holy Mary, the Mother of God. Pray for sinners now, the hour of death. Amen. I mean that prayer. Prayers. That was an ambulance. So I do that. My Sunday school teacher taught me that, y'all. So that's why I'm ex-Catholic, but I still say it to this day.
I don't think I've never heard anyone say the rosary so homosexually.
Thank you.
I just heard then.
And that's coming from hearing a lot of gay priests.
I know.
Boy.
Both of the priests at my Episcopal church were formerly Catholic priests.
Oh.
And they're both queers.
They sucked a dick and became Episcopalian.
Immediately. That's what
happened.
you do.
Yeah, as soon as a dick goes in the mouth, God goes, Episcopalian. Catholic no more.
It's much easier that way.
It's true. That's the way he keeps track.
So
anyway, y'all. So Biniam, Ari's scared because she just isn't ready. Biniam's scared because he doesn't want the baby to die. So already different spectrums.
I think too, you can just see where they're coming from. Probably in Biniam's idea, as he's known so many babies who have died. Ari is just thinking, Am I gonna get stretch marks?
Yes.
I hope it's really.
Yeah.
I was not planning to do this today.
She was not.
That's like I ordered this from Ann Taylor Loft, and I received a medium, and it has always fit better.
She actually probably didn't order from Ann Taylor Loft. Her mom probably bought it for her.
Yeah, right.
Because she doesn't.
It really did seems like she was upset about her that she was not going to be able to return her crop top for cash.
It did. Okay, and we're going to, as we move into this, y'all, we're going to acknowledge that we are two gay men talking about the process
Who's
of...
gay?
Who's gay? The process of birth. And so we're very aware not to talk... Anyway, we were very scared that we would say the wrong thing. And then Biniam
He did it for us. So he basically says, he's like, whoa, she's going to have a C-section. And he's like, oh, well, this is a real drag because I really wanted to have her have the baby naturally. Because you bond more. And when you struggle whilst giving birth, the result is sweeter. Whatever that means.
The love is stronger from a natural birth. Y'all.
I have a feeling he's going to get a couple of hate Instagram messages.
Yeah, I think. And the thing is with him, I don't even think he realizes what is fucked up. What he thinks he's saying is like me saying, I think if you combine blue and red, I think you'll get green, but I'm not sure. Well, that's the way he says it.
Everything, all of that is just moot because she needs to have the baby now, and it's going to be a C-section. So deal with it, motherfucker, if you want a healthy baby. Shut the fuck up. Stop talking about what's sweeter, what you wish for her, what you want for her. She's having your baby. What a wonderful way to say I love you. Fuck you.
I mean, you probably should realize when they have the birth that baby via C-section, that's when they take them from you and go back to America. Because that's going to happen.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's Biniam, and then the meltdown begins, really.
Y'all, this is hard to watch. He's not very comforting. He's trying his best, but I don't feel like besides the language barrier with her, he's just he's not a good bullshitter. He's not a good liar. He can't really find kind of fake enthusiasm.
I don't think this is a language barrier thing, and I'm just based off his reactions. I don't know if Biniam is very intelligent. At least emotional intelligence is, I don't know. Even when he's kind of talking to his sister in his own language, I just was like, you really just see things from a fantasized perspective, and you're not really looking at the world like in a real way to me.
I don't think he's a planner. I think he just flies
moment by moment.
Yeah. And he doesn't know what to do. And he's like, oh, it's going to be okay. And she's like, ah!
Sinjin is moment by moment. And what commonality, Poodle, do Sinjin and Biniam have?
They're both fuckboys.
Thank you.
Yeah. I
think because a good fuckboy flies by the seat of the moment. They're like, hey.
And hopefully you'll never see them again.
Yep. You're like, hey, you're in Amsterdam at a bar. The bar closed. This bathroom smells like vomit and doobie. Want to fuck in it? And you say yes.
Yes, you do.
And
you never expect them to see them again. And that's why you always have a condom.
It's true. And if you do get pregnant with their baby, just don't tell them. It's going to be easier that way. Just go back to Iowa, have that baby, and tell your parents that, I don't know. You fell in love and he died.
That would be easier.
Yeah.
Yeah, a fuckboy's not a good dad.
Not that anyone in 90 Day Gays promotes lying to fathers about children being born.
Maddie's views are not the views of 90 Day Gays. But honestly, you got to know the difference between fuckboys and potential fathers.
And y'all, she doesn't. She is like...
Birth control is your friend.
It is.
Holy fuck. And if for some reason birth control reacts with your body, you have so many condoms in that purse.
And if you are a listener and you have trouble getting birth control, come at us.
Come at us, and we will. I will help. I will do my best to help you.
Yes, I will get Plan B or whatever it is.
And mail it to you.
And mail it
Plan
to
B.
you.
First of all, Plan B is not birth control.
Oh, wait, that's not a birth control.
This is two gay men. Well, I know more about that than he does. Plan B is not birth control, definitely.
Oh, no, not Plan B, but whatever, the pill or whatever. I'll get the birth control and
We're
send it to you.
getting into a weird area because...
Well, you've gotten pregnant more than me.
Let me repeat. We're not saying Plan B is birth control.
It's not. Well, that's the one you take after. Oh, yeah, no, that's
we're
not
gonna
birth
get
control.
letters.
That's not birth control.
This is how much this person knows, y'all.
Anyway, come at us if you need help.
That was my best Plan B story. This is, I was at Ralph's.
Who the fuck says I've got a good Plan B story? Wow.
I'm just going to tell you. I was at Ralph's, and a man has a rose, bunch of chocolate, and a thing of Plan B. And I'm right behind him.
And
in
he's
line,
checking out?
And he's checking out. I was like, holy fuck.
Boy, was he cute?
Little.
Wow.
Yeah. I was like, now that's going to be a night.
That's going to be a night.
Anyway,
y'all. So Ari is like, not even just...
she's falling apart.
This is kind of the thing that we're going to say that we're two men. So we're not coming at women from your birth experience. And actually, I'm interested in women wanting to know. I've had several of my girlfriends have babies, and all of them were scared. That is a total especially a first-time mother. You're scared shitless. Even though you know billions of people have done this, it's scary. It's a scary thing.
But to completely fall apart emotionally and to say...
But none of them have done this.
Yeah. I feel like I'm not judging her because I'm sure she was going through a lot. But damn, if you're not thinking about your baby at this time...
That's what I thought.
And trying to remain calm for your baby.
Like if your mothering instincts aren't already kicking in to protect your child. I don't want to say I'm judging you, but I'm judging you, Ari.
It's because emotionally, she's 15.
Come at us, listeners. Is this a normal way to react? Because I don't feel like it
No.
is. None of my girlfriends have had this reaction.
Yeah.
At all.
And she keeps saying, please, 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 I'm not ready. Please. Mostly because, y'all, the one element she needed, her mother, is not there.
Is not there.
Her emotional support animal.
And the thing that she needed to be ready was to be in Connecticut.
Yeah.
She's never going to be in Connecticut, I believe. Or New Haven. I think New Haven.
Yeah. So you guys... But she is coherent enough to tell him, saying, "Stop telling me not to cry."
Yeah, I know. Yeah, and he's like, "Relax, relax," and she's just crying like a child. He's like, "It's gonna be okay." I don't want to say okay. I don't want to. It's so like a 4-year-old having a tantrum.
It's hard to watch.
Ari, I don't know what happened to her on the way to heaven, but this woman has trauma. And mental illness.
I don't know if it's mental illness. I don't know if I'd go that far. I think
so.
I think there has been some type of trauma. It was probably really bad, and it probably happened in early teen years.
I mean...
I guarantee you she was probably hospitalized for some type of mental illness.
Depression or suicide.
Yeah, Well,
that's what
with cutting, too.
Yeah, that's what I mean by mental. So not like bipolar or anything like that,
right.
But just... of suicidality and things like that.
She definitely has a history of that. And so her emotions she's constantly processing her emotions. And the way she's been taught is to be, it's okay to sit in those emotions. But when you're having a baby, it's really not.
She really is, I think... I actually worry for her.
Me too.
I mean, I can't stand her, but I worry for her, and I feel like this is the worst thing for her is to be on a reality show. I think she's
already gone off on Instagram several times because of bullying.
Yeah.
There's hair all over this microphone.
Well, you are hair. It sheds.
Anyway, so
y'all.
they're trying to give her general anesthesia. She won't stop. She won't get calm enough for them to actually put the needle in her fucking hand.
Yes.
Finally, they give her some kind of fucking ether or something.
Yeah, they have to just fucking knock her out.
Yeah.
Because don't women normally they're not asleep during a C-section, right?
No, it's just local anesthetic.
And so,
but they had to give her general because she was very, very agitated.
So already, little baby Simba, for your birth, your mom couldn't be there because she had to worry about her. This is a metaphor. It's going to be the rest of your life, Simba. I'm telling you this, Simba, Grandma is going to be your friend.
Grandma's going to be your prime protector.
And if you end up going to Ethiopia, you're going to really appreciate your aunts who have their shit together.
Yeah. Because your dad barely knows shit, too.
He's banging on somebody's ass when he's 15. By banging, not sexual.
Playing leg piano.
Playing leg piano at $3.75 an hour. They're both just...
At the Ethiopian version of Scores.
Yeah. Anyway,
it's not great. So anyway... They knock her out, and I was like, thank God I don't have to hear that anymore. They do the C-section, they get the baby out, and Binyam's like, oh my God, to see my baby taken out. There's a little bit of drama here because the baby's respiratory, there's no crying. I was like, oh my God, is this baby really going to die? Thank God the baby cries.
Not in 2020, I can't take it.
It's a boy. I can see Binyam kind of get really emotional when he sees a child, but I think that's anyone who sees their child.
Oh yeah.
So he's very happy.
What would you do if you saw your baby?
I would say, am I being punked? Who asked for this? Can I take it back?
It's not cute. It can't be mine.
Can I get store credit?
Only you would say your own baby is not cute yet.
You know what? I would be honest. But you know what? But I honestly cannot have a baby. That doesn't stop me from trying.
It's true. It's true.
Mm-hmm. I keep trying. I don't know what's not happening.
I don't know.
Anyway,
Barren.
if I adopted a baby, that's different though, because it would be brought to me, and I would be very objective. Hopefully, I would have seen pictures in a book or something like that.
Oh yeah.
I feel like with all these rich gays, they just point it out. I think there are huge books of wealthy gays.
I think it's whether you're gay or straight. I think if you're wealthy and you're adopting, it's a very different experience.
I think the book is different.
Yeah,
they show you.
Yeah.
I think that's where they're like, we really want a white baby. So you're going to need to pay this much out of this book.
It happens a lot, sadly. It's not really...
Yeah, as I said before, those Neil Patrick Harris twins, y'all, or those kids, expensive.
They are expensive. How I Met Your Mother and paid for my sons with residuals. Or my daughter.
How I Met Your Mother.
And paid for my twin babies. That's the sequel.
Thank you, CBS.
I never got into that show like everybody else.
It was good for a while. I couldn't handle it after a while.
I like Kobe Smulders.
Kobe Smulders. Yeah, not Smolders, like smoldering. Smulders.
Smulders.
SMU.
Smulders?
Smulders with a U.
Oh, I thought it was like Smolders.
Like small, like...
Sorry, there's like
what's happening?
There's like the crowd from Beauty and the Beast outside.
Kill the beast!
Kill the beast! Kill the beast! It's a mob! Kill the beast! What is happening?
I don't know. I can't see. No.
Oh, never mind.
Anyway, so
I Met Your Mother and bought your residuals.
It's true.
Anyway, so what I would say I would already know what the baby looks like, and then I would say, but if it was a different baby, and they dropped it off my door, I would say, no, this is not what I paid for. I would have a problem.
It's probably better that you've decided not to have children.
I've decided that. I'm hard enough to take care of.
Boy, if anyone knows, it's me.
So he's really happy. The the baby's fine. She's there breastfeeding the baby.
He was like, she says, "Yeah, I look better," and he's like, "You look better," and she's like, "There's 50 people around me. I wasn't ready."
She's even like being bitchy right after she's given birth.
There were literally 6 people in the room. There wasn't that many. They call her mom. She's like, "Oh my God, you think about this. What when someone says, 'Oh my God, you just had a baby. How do you feel?'"
I'm in a lot of pain.
Tired and in pain.
And she's like, "I wasn't ready." And
but he's cute.
And mom is being really good, saying, and he was like, "Yes, I'll send you a picture, mom." Then Binyam's family shows up.
Well, before Ari's like, "Wait, when are you gonna come?" She's already ready for her mother to be there.
You're right.
She's
and mom's
already-
like, "We'll have to look at fairs."
She's like, "I'm looking at fairs. Let me talk to your father."
that was a laugh line for me. We'll have to look at
We'll
fairs,
have to look
darling.
at fairs, darling.
She's probably
Definitely.
like talking to the dad. "Whoo, we dodged a bullet there."
Oh, honey, we have the Kitterings brunch on Saturday, but after that, we'll check our schedule. And after Memorial Day, it should be easier.
We'll go to Ethiopia and see our daughter's baby.
We'll see then.
Ugh. It's not a good season, you know.
And can we go on a night when your husband's playing the butt? Can we go on that? Thank you, darling. Wonderful. Richard, look how he plays the butt. Charming,
Look how he
Richard.
plays the girl he used to date's butt.
Oh, look at it, darling.
So his family comes in. There is no name yet, but they're calling the baby Simba, and it's pretty. And y'all, I wouldn't be surprised if this baby was nicknamed Simba for the rest of his life.
I guess that's an actual name that they hopefully chose from The Lion King that wasn't like just total like. So Simba's actually, I never thought about it, but Simba's probably a name.
Probably.
So, actually, I mean, well, hey Siri, what does the name Simba mean? I'm sure it means lion.
Here's what I found from nameberry.com.
Oh, it is. So it is Swahili in origin, and it's a boy's name, and it means lion.
There you go.
So there you go. So that's great, but I don't know. It just with I don't know.
If you're in America and you say what's your name, Simba, they're gonna go, "No, really."
I mean, maybe I don't know. I guess we're sensitive that it feels like y'all. I don't know what's happening outside, but I don't think you can hear it. I feel sensitive about that because I would feel like somebody calling their kid after a name from The Lion King would be like appropriation.
Yeah.
But I guess if you're actually
Especially if you're
in
he's mixed
Ethiopia
race,
and
so
that it's like naming them Carl.
it's dumb though. It's dumb.
Now,
Let's just say
whatever.
that. So
Carl, I think your name in Africa is Simba. I think that's what I found out.
hopefully she'll Google that on Opera.
Carl, heat up that pizza pocket for me, please.
Now I want a pizza pocket.
What is the name of Carl's wife's dog? I can't remember.
Shooter.
Shooter. Come here, Shooter. Come here. Get on Mama's lap. Come here.
I'm listening to my gaze.
Shooter.
Shooter. What is Shooter? Shooter's maybe a Beagle Pomeranian mix.
Something.
Yeah.
But not a cute one.
No, it's ugly.
Like, looks like
Truffles.
truffles.
People.
Sorry,
I
Kenny.
said-
that dog's lovably cute, but it's also
Truffles. I said that Truffles looked like something someone had spit out because he or she is so old and the tongue hangs out.
ugly. Like in a cartoon when a big dog eats a little
Yes.
dog and then spits it out and it looks like that.
And
Yeah.
people have come for us, and people love Truffles.
Oh, Truffles is adorable, but ugly adorable.
Yeah.
Why is there so much hair on my microphone?
I'm having
today?
the same problem.
What's happening? Anyway,
so the family's there. They're asking, kind of like, so when's the baptism? And this has been litigated. She's basically said, I need to think about this. This is something we have to talk about. But it's very, very important for in their religion to have the baby baptized.
because here's the deal, y'all. If they're worried that if the baby dies before they're baptized, the baby's not going to heaven
Right.
at all.
Right.
So that's basically what that's about.
Yeah, it's very important for them.
And so Ari's like, I'm exhausted and in pain. I don't want to talk about it.
sometime when I'm not tired.
And then she's like, and I look at him and I'm like, this little guy needs me.
Oh, she's so awful.
As long as he needs me.
I'm right
There's nowhere else.
should be.
Oh, wait. No. Okay. Sorry. I got to go to a rave. Mom, watch the baby.
Yeah, exactly. Janice is going to watch that baby a lot.
Janice is going to raise this fucking baby.
So
I shouldn't say fucking baby. It's a beautiful baby.
Binyam and Wish, his sister, are off to buy some stuff because her mom was going to bring all the shit.
Yeah.
So they got to buy a baby bed and
'Cause
a
it's
baby
expensive there.
and a baby bath.
Like the good stuff is expensive,
Yeah.
y'all. They didn't go buy the good stuff.
They went to the Ethiopian version of like Babies for Less.
Basically.
Yeah, it's like
I
a
mean-
street market.
I mean, the bed was like an actual, just like, it looked
It-
kind of
it's
like.
sketchy.
It looked like just a little bit bigger than the thing I carry my lunchbox in.
Yeah,
24-hour lunchboxes.
I will say a lot of dog beds look better than this baby bed.
This is true.
Yeah.
And probably have better mattresses.
Yeah. I think the bath looked pretty good.
It
and
did.
you knew it was because the guy's like, nope, I'm not haggling because I know I got a good product.
Also, probably because they have a camera crew with them. They're thinking they're rich or something.
yeah.
Or reality stars. Wish is beautiful, by the way.
Yeah, she
I
is.
really like her. She's like a sensible person.
Yeah, we're gonna see how sensible his family is when she tries to take the baby.
Oh, well, I feel like, again, it goes back to Biniam just living in the moment. I feel like his sisters, because it's maybe something cultural that women do there, I feel like they've just taken care of him.
Maybe.
And they're always telling him what to, because think about when they've stepped in.
He's
they're always
the
the voice
youngest.
of reason to tell him what to do.
Yeah.
And he's just little baby Biniam that they're like, oh, we'll take care of you.
Right.
And it's been a problem.
So they're kind of talking, and he's like, I'm scared kind of because she's the way she is, and she may not like anything I buy. So the translation is, I'm scared because she's a fucking nightmare with anything I buy.
Please help me.
She's going to be so bougie. He's like, where's that from?
Is this from Pottery Barn Kids? I
She will want that.
list.
I don't like this pattern. So basically in the end, she's like, well, BB, you're happy, but you're quiet. You say you're happy. And he basically confesses, I'm terrified she's going to take the baby away from me like it did my last time.
He's just constant anxiety.
In my crystal ball, or in my 8-ball that I'm looking at, the little thing comes up, says, you're right.
You're right. It's like, you think so, bitch?
That's going to happen.
That's going to happen. So, real quick, y'all, they also have a conversation about names. Yeah,
and Abiel. We talked about this. Well,
we did. And he was to
Abiel.
name the baby Gabriel.
And one is Aviel, which is Jewish.
So, again,
Hebrew.
not even compromising.
Yeah. Avi.
It's going to be a rough life.
We should take a break.
Sure,
This was a long first segment.
All right. We'll be right back.
So let's move on to Armando and Kenny. So what we went through last week was this is actually the next day, but the engagement, the announcement that they were leaving and taking Hannah with them.
Yes.
And he was also engaged
Yes.
to a man who's 50 something.
Who's going to help raise his baby.
Yeah.
Just not a lot.
And I'll say this, and I got some flack about saying this before, but I feel like there's too many things happening really fast for this Mexican family to even comprehend.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about that. Yeah, I said when we were watching it, I said it hurts me a little bit that they're doing a reality show of this because it makes it fast. But then, and I mentioned this the last episode, he came out to his family and they basically made him come back in.
Right, so maybe this is the way.
And something kind of hit me this episode. I wonder if it was Armando's idea
To do the
be
show.
on the show, kind of the way Submit said he wanted to like make his family see. And I wonder
totally
if this was
agree.
Armando's way.
I
think
totally
it was.
agree. The problem
Come at us,
is
Armando. Let us know.
The problem is he's putting a lot on his mother to get through all this.
That's true.
And boy, for a conservative family and especially a conservative father to have to hear all this, especially when the girl's leaving. So
Yeah.
I understand it from Kenny and Armando's point of view completely. I just feel like this could have been done at successive visits several months apart.
That's what I was trying to Google. I couldn't remember their towns. Come at me. How far apart are they?
Yeah.
Because I'm like, is this just like a 4-hour
Yeah.
drive?
And
like you could see them every other week.
And this is the thing. I think it, and because we talked about this a little bit when we were watching, I think production may have pushed a little bit of this.
Maybe, yeah.
Because it feels like not all this came from Armando. And I don't think it came from Kenny.
No, I don't.
Yeah.
I really don't blame Kenny kind of any for this.
No.
I know he brought that up like you should tell them, but I think Armando wanted to do the show. We don't normally interview anybody for 90 Day, but I wouldn't mind.
I'd like to know.
I'd like to talk to Armando and Kenny.
Yeah.
That'd be a good conversation. If y'all want to talk, come at us because we will forget to
We'll
reach
totally
out.
talk to you.
We'll forget to reach out
And
for
you know
and
what?
ask.
And you know what? You can come on and read us and give your
Kenny, come and read us about our names.
Well, yeah, Kenny had a cameo for us, and he already read me for critiquing her children's names.
And Kenny,
his children's names.
You said no Botox. I don't know if I believed it because you look so fucking young in this episode. It made me want to throw my computer.
Yeah.
Your skin is gorgeous.
We're fine with shade. We're two gays who have lots of opinions.
Oh yes.
So you guys, they're picking up Hannah, and she says, "Hola, Kenny."
He's like, what? And Armando's like, that's high.
I think he
kidding.
might know more Spanish, but
I think so,
I
too.
think he's just uncomfortable with it. He doesn't want to speak it on because he's afraid he's going to mess it up.
Yeah.
That's just my theory about it. He may understand a little bit more of it.
That's true because usually when I'm if I'm by myself, I know how to. I very easily am like besame culo, but if I'm in a group of like 6 Spanish men and they're all slapping their dicks on me, I'm suddenly speechless.
I know.
I know you can relate to that.
I know. I all of a sudden I can speak perfect Spanish.
Oh, so you're the other way around.
I know. We're not speaking Spanish, okay?
We're speaking something.
Mm-hmm. So, I know he wishes probably he can understand Hannah.
Yes.
I'm sure they'll get better. But they're talking to Hannah and they're saying,
it does. Hold on, I just want to say it did make me go. I mean, if you knew you're gonna, and maybe Hannah speaks English and we just don't know this yet. But I'm like, if you know this is a child you're gonna co-parent. Girl, you need to know this language to speak to this child.
Yeah.
Unless their plan is, Kenny, I want you to just speak English to her, and then that will help her be bilingual. Maybe they're doing that. That maybe could be a good idea.
yeah.
But I would want to know Spanish because Kenny, when that girl gets in high school, she's going to talk
She's going to talk shit about you.
Because that's what girls do about their parents. And I would want to know what she's going to say.
Yep. She's going to throw you under the bus a lot.
Poodle would learn Spanish proficiently and never tell a child he knew Spanish. And then at their wedding, he would toast and say, and guess what? And then he would do the rest
And
of the
I would do
speech
the rest of it in
And he would
Spanish.
say, I heard it all.
And then-
I heard it all.
I've heard everything you said about me.
And you know what?
And someone in the background would drop a wine glass.
It's true.
That would be the ultimate revenge.
Like a 20-year revenge.
I'm telling y'all that when they say revenge is the best as a dish best served cold, they are not lying. Boy, sometimes when you can get them like that, it's kind of a hope for my life. I can have one moment like that just to get someone so
Is there
good.
someone that you would still want to get revenge on? Or would you not say on the air because you don't want them to be tipped off?
They're not listening to the show.
Oh.
I don't know. I've gotten
You've made peace with a lot of things.
or I've gotten them.
Okay. Okay.
Or I've enacted my vengeance already. I don't know. I don't think so.
I'm surprised.
I don't really harbor that stuff.
I thought you would have a book that you wrote in your blood
in general, people are kind of afraid to cross me. Because I kind of let them know.
That's fair.
People usually don't come for me. People usually don't. And when they do, I can all play. There'll be a time when if you come for me really hard, I will let you know that you have crossed the line, and you better know where your valuables are.
I luckily have not seen that. As many
No,
of
you
have
haven't.
asked before, like, what's been your poodle biggest fight? We have never really fought. We don't do that.
Yeah.
You know why? Because sisters got to stick together. When you're gay and Southern, you need that queen.
I think
that's going to tell you, get your finger out of that stripper's ass in the middle of in this bar.
I think both of us know we have the other's
best interest.
and
for
I
sure.
think the only time we have little fights are
when we're tired,
yeah,
or hungry,
or if one thinks
or I mispronounce something.
Yeah, or if I don't feel, or if one of us doesn't feel validated or something like that.
But even then, it's just like
It's quick. Yeah.
It helps that I had a degree in clinical psych. I learned to calm poodle quickly.
Oh, because it's all you. Yeah. What I have to put up with. Anyway, so they are basically. Hannah says they ask, "Do you understand? We're getting married. Do you understand what that means?" And they tell her, she's like, "No, we're gonna be together." And she's like, "Oh, I'm so happy we'll all be together." And she says, "I love you both, and it'll be double the love." And I teared up a little bit.
I did. It was very,
really
very
sweet.
sweet. And she's so fucking cute already. It was really, really sweet. It's y'all. It's if children are a lesson for how we can treat one another.
Yep.
Well,
And then,
her. I'm sure little poodle would have said, 2 guys.
what is this horse shit?
What is this horse shit?
Which one of you is the man?
That's what little poodle would have said.
At age 6. Which one of you is the man?
We really need to
Who
write.
decides?
We need to write those little poodle books.
So wait, who decides who leads when you dance? Huh?
You know what I love?
I'd have a lot of an 8-year-old me would have had a lot of questions about 2 men getting married.
Oh, yeah.
I would have a lot of questions.
What I love about when we said little poodle is that people have come at us and said that they're we got a couple people that are illustrators.
Yeah.
I think it's hilarious if they think that we could actually sell little poodle books to people.
Part of me thinks it could work because Little Poodle has a very strong opinion
Only
about
like
everything.
5 of our listeners would buy it. Only like 5.
We'll see. I think it's a great idea. I was a very, very spirited child.
Yeah, no shit. Mother Poodles told me.
Mm-hmm. I
Boy.
had lots of questions about things.
Oh, anyway, it was very, very sweet.
Like, wait, you're both guys, right? That's what it would
Speaking
be.
of an adorable Kenny Armando, this isn't a plot point, but they just showed a little bit of like them bathing Truffles. This dog is so ugly, it's cute.
Trouble's like, someone just put me in the car. Let me lay down.
Can I just have
I'm just tired. Can he put me in one of those things that my back legs don't work, like a little cart?
Wait, I've been in one of those. Oh, you mean
Y'all, Truffles can't see.
can't see? Truffles can't hold her tongue in her mouth?
That's my favorite part about Truffles.
Truffle looks like me after the defensive line has fucked me, basically. Not the whole football team, y'all,
I'm
because
sure-
we're not whores.
I'm sure Truffles is absolutely lovely.
I'm sure.
It's just
It's a cute little dog.
It's just his or her. I guess it's a her. The appearance.
Even if it has a penis, it's a her.
The appearance of Truffles looks like at any moment Truffles is going to fade off into the ether.
It's true. But that moment of Kenny Armando, and when Armando shade and said that when Kenny said Truffles is like 90, and Armando said
It's closer to
it's
your
closer
age.
to your age, and Kenny didn't get it. That was kind of
Oh.
amazing because Armando usually is always so like nice and
He
sweet
is.
and artist.
I bet
shady.
Armando's a shady
I
queen.
like shady Armando.
So the next thing
They're a cute couple.
basically is they're taking Hannah.
And Armando's talking to his mom, and he's like, I know you're sad because she's going to leave, but you're going to get over it. And she's like, I know. We've been together for so many years. She does say Kenny seems like he really
nice
cares
man.
about her, like
Yeah.
a nice man. Armando's like, he wills.
Mom's being great.
And she's doing really supportive. And then Armando says, I really would love to have a wedding.
And she's like,
Okay.
Kent, you don't need to get married. You don't need to have
no.
you don't need to have a party. You could just like go to the registry and just like sign
Yeah.
a book.
Uh-huh.
And that's you don't have to have wedding.
Uh-huh.
Weddings are passé these
Yeah,
days.
no, who does that?
But whatever you do, don't invite our friends
Yeah.
or anyone we know.
Yeah. It reminded me of when when I was in middle school and I begged my mother to let me take ballet for like 3 months, and she would say,
Uh-oh.
You don't need to tell your father about this. Just let's tell your dad that you're going to piano lessons, even though I'd quit like the year before.
Yeah.
He won't know. I said, okay, Mom, and let's get you like a Nike sports bag that looks like you're putting your piano stuff
Stop!
in. And literally, like, never to this day, I don't think my dad knew that I took ballet.
Why did you want to take ballet?
Because I wanted to take tap, and the dance teacher said, well, you need to take a year of ballet before you take tap.
That is not true.
It's not true, and guess what? I never took tap.
Glad you've gotten over that.
I would have been a really good dancer. I would
I
have.
think I saw you do a tap routine one time.
I took it when we were camp counselors. Y'all, learn tap when you're young. Doesn't go over well.
It looked like Lenny from a Mice and Men doing a time step.
It's difficult when you're older.
He
It's
was
difficult.
He was doing a routine with all the girls.
All the camp
and it was
girls.
like him as 6
No,
foot.
this is not on video, so don't ask. Thank God.
If it would have been, there would have been someone going at the beginning.
Because I did it with my other camp friend, but she's really petite.
She's like
so she looked like a camper.
4'11",
And people thought she was a camper even though she was 28.
and then people said, "Who is that? Who is that oaf back there with everybody else?
You know what? The camper girls loved it.
Is he the water boy?"
Pretty much.
Anyway, so this is I was thinking about this when he was talking to Mom. I wrote down, this is the ultimate goodbye. And the mom is trying her best to process, because think what he's saying goodbye to. She's saying goodbye to the fact that Kenny and that Armando will marry a woman. I think this is the end of it.
Yeah.
And she's also saying that she's going to know and be friends and be kind of really, really cordial with a woman he'll marry.
Mm-hmm.
She's also saying, and I'm not saying any of this are bad things, you guys, but this is a lot to happen to this woman really fast.
It's a lot.
And she's having to process the fact they're taking her grandchild, who has grown up at that residence. It's basically like a second child for her. And she's also having to have the idea that her son is leaving.
And Armando even said, like, I realize she needs time to deal with this. I just had
Too bad. We're
I
going.
just had a thought. What if this episode ended, Kenny and Armando drove away, and we just see it was across the street?
I think it's
or like 5 minutes away.
I think it's several hours away.
I think it is too, yeah.
I don't think it's like a day's drive, but
Maybe. It depends. If you're driving across the Yucatan Peninsula, you can do that fairly, probably in like 4 or 5 hours. But if you're going from up, down, north, south, that could be a bit.
Y'all, someone come at us and tell us where Armando's parents live and where they're living now, and give us a timeline.
And someone calculate the mileage. Yeah, don't just send us the cities. We're not going to Google Maps it. Mary, could you do that
That's
too?
where we are.
That's
where we are
are
now. But I was really thinking about this is her final goodbye on so many routes. And so this woman's doing the best she can.
She really is.
And then when they say wedding, she's like, ooh. You can see like her eyes spin around like casino, like slot machines.
She actually said, do you need a big wedding? Más pequeño.
Más pequeño, un poquito wedding.
Un poquito. ¿Cómo se dice small wedding?
¿Cómo se dice justice of the peace?
Yep. ¿Cómo se dice elope?
You can see this woman going, You know what? I'm good, but like Clara down the road
Yes.
hates gay people. I can't get her spreading these rumors.
No.
Yeah.
And you know what I think?
Aunt Josefina is not coming to this person's wedding.
No, Josefina's like, you know what I think they're all dealing with too? Not just the family, but I think kind of the family, the friends that were there. Armando's a really great guy, and he's a really nice guy. Mm-hmm. And I know I dealt with this whenever that's not a place to put your drink. Please don't put your drink there. It's just going to fall. Sitting on the edge of your rickety-ass couch is not where you need to put your vodka poodle.
Thank you for reprimanding me on air, by the way.
You're welcome. I had this when I came out, as people really liked me and loved me, and it totally kind of fucked up there. And so I think they're dealing.
Like,
I think that's
wait,
another.
But I like Matt, and he's a faggot. Does that mean I'm a faggot?
Yeah. If your name is Gregory and you're 25 years old and you've got a nice treasure chest with a couple of cum gutters, yes. Anyway, so but I think that's just another thing they're dealing with because y'all. I mean, I'm relating this back to the 90s, but almost feels, I mean, granted, not in like a Mexico City, but it almost feels like in this rural area, like their ideas of what gay is are 20 years behind. So they are thinking
10.
like, but Armando doesn't look like the guys on Drag Race. Armando doesn't seem like, so it's hard for that to compute for them as well. Anyway.
And he tried to come out once before.
And they shut him back in.
Yeah.
So guess what? Fucking deal with it, family.
She's coming out. I'm not the well to know. She's smashing that closet. Good for her.
Hey Siri, ¿cómo se dice coming out in Spanish?
Coming out is vengo.
In Spanish, dice coming out is de que salgas.
Is that right?
I think salgas.
Okay. I don't know Spanish.
Que salgas.
Okay.
De que salgas.
Wow,
De que
Siri
salgas.
is bilingual.
No, she's
Look
just
at
a
that.
fucking computer. She's every lingua.
Lingua. Anyway, so the big thing is kind of like, is Dad going to come say goodbye?
Right. And Mom keeps saying, don't worry, I'll tell him later in like 4 weeks.
And this is so dramatic. Like, this brought me back to my MTV days. I was like, if they don't start playing Jeff Buckley's Last Goodbye, then this isn't going to, because they really stretched this out.
They did. And then
They played that on everything in like the early
they
2000s.
did. Such a great song, though.
It is.
So anyway, Mom basically said, you know what? If this ever happens again, you need to tell me these things first, so I'll be prepared, so I know how to keep a stiff upper lip when all your relatives go, oh. She's like, that way I can I completely understand Mom.
I totally agree with Mom. But she's probably also saying it's because she's part of the family that put him back in the closet.
Yeah, I get that.
So he probably didn't say that. Armando's way nicer than I would have been a little bit like, well, things could have been happier if you hadn't brought me back into the fucking closet.
We don't know the circumstances there.
We don't. Maybe it was Armando who did it. I really want to interview them.
I know. I have a lot of questions.
So many questions.
So basically, you guys, they're leaving the next day, and she says, "You're my son. I love you, and I will go to whatever your wedding. You're going to have to ask your own father, though." And she's like, we're leaving next, but Dad is working, so I don't know if he's
Dad's not coming.
And then they're like, okay, we'll wait. Fingers drum. They're just sitting there waiting for Dad, y'all.
And then out of the blue comes Daddy-o.
Dad's just sitting there watching soccer in the house.
Yep. So he comes out. He gives everybody a hug. And it's very sweet. He shook Kenny's hand. Kenny was crying that Mom hugged him.
And he basically said, and one of my favorite moments in the whole thing, she's like, that little girl has knocked on my door every morning at 7 a.m. Who's going to knock on my door every morning? That's sad.
It is sad.
But
they have other kids. It's fine.
And Kenny's just like holding Truffles, and Truffles like, when are we going?
There you go. Hey, Dad, I got to get my fluids in like 10 minutes. And that vape pen is in the car. I'm feeling shaky.
I just saw a picture of Truffles smoking on a vape pen, just riding down Mexico.
Someone give me a goddamn bone.
Give me a goddamn bone. You know what? That I've said.
Can we go back to the house?
Knick knack,
I
patty
need to
whack,
take a
give
shit.
my ass a bone. This old queen came fucking home.
So Dad comes up, says bye, shakes Kenny's hand, gives Armando a hug. He says, take care, or also the mom says, take care of my son and love him. And the dad shows up, and I said, that's good enough. They shake, and Dad hugs Armando, and this has been the happiest episode for them, I think. I'm still worried that the other shoe's going to drop, but that's just me with 90 Day Fiancé.
He is. I think they're going to be okay.
Good. I would hope so.
I think they're going to be okay. I think it's
They're definitely the most positive same-sex couple because we've only had two.
There are.
Oh.
Boy. That's the truth.
So let's move on to
Jihoon.
Paradise Lost.
But apparently Paradise Found right now.
Right.
But
Jihoon
y'all,
and Deavan.
it's going to get lost.
So this is the thing. I feel like we can't even pretend that people don't know what's going on now.
Yeah.
Do people on their social media, are they not held to an NDA at all to what happened? Maybe they're not.
I would think they would be.
Yeah. Maybe Deavan doesn't give a fuck.
Like Ari didn't post a picture of the baby until today.
Well, I think she's
That baby's
playing.
cute, y'all.
Yeah, the baby's cute.
Baby's real
Ari's
cute.
baby's cute. Simba's cute. Fucking Simba.
I mean, I guess it was okay whenever Biniam held him up and kind of sang the Lion King. I was like, okay, so this isn't
that
bad.
baby. That baby's nickname is going to be Simba for the rest of his life. I'm saying it now.
By the way, one of our patrons just emailed us, Amy, and reminded me. This is going back a little bit, but can we talk about if you weren't sure that Ari didn't know she was going to have a baby today? She would have changed that horrible fucking nail polish.
Oh, I was going to say that
that was
too.
like Elvira, Queen of the Dark.
It was so chipped and awful, and two of the nails had glitter on them.
It was bad.
Oh my!
It was bad.
God.
She wasn't prepared.
And the fact that the crew kept shooting it, they all hate her, y'all.
Well, you know what? Speaking of the crew and hating people, let's talk about Deavan and Jihoon.
Oh, there's
this is actually some news.
This is big news that came out,
and this makes sense because she talks about when Jihoon didn't watch the baby and Drusilla ran off
the
them,
street.
and they were like,
and the crew filmed this because this was almost an act, and they were acting out because Drusilla and Deavan were so horrible to film.
They said so that's an article that came out just like a week ago.
Right.
That Drusilla was horrible the whole time and that Deavan really and her mother kind of did nothing to curtail any of her, which you can tell they don't give that child any boundaries. Sorry, I'm judging you for having your baby, but Deavan, you were pretty horrible on social media, so I don't mind coming
Dracula
for you.
was everywhere.
Dracula was everywhere trying to suck your blood.
prepared.
Yes. And so that's what a lot of people say is that they had so much footage of this that this one time where they went, it was also Jihoon got really dramatic.
You
but
can just tell. Like, we're not saying Jihoon's great either, y'all. He's a man boy, but Devan's awful.
Yeah, you can tell she's pretty gross.
Her mom's awful too. Like, they're all awful. Whatever you do, don't look on Devan's mom's Instagram or Twitter.
Well,
because it will curl your hair.
Devan's pretty. She comes for people, and it's pretty.
She's pretty awful too.
She's pretty awful too.
But I'm talking about mom's like a conspiracy nut.
Yeah.
Oh, mom thinks the moon landing was faked. Shit like that.
But if you want good tea about that, Melanated Way, they're friendly with
they're
her.
going all,
so they have a lot of stuff about them. So
I'm glad someone is.
Yeah. We could
I'm
care
not
less.
interested. If Paul came for us, we're like, Sorry, we don't know anybody by that name
No,
here.
well, hey, friend, I just wanted to
Friend,
talk
I'm
to
here
you.
to talk to 90 Day Gays.
No,
friend.
okay,
I'm
and we're like,
no, Chinese delivery. Sorry.
sorry. Actually, we could just talk in Portuguese and you wouldn't understand it.
Greenie, I need to go talk to 90 Day Gays. They're saying bad things about me.
I wouldn't mind hear Paul saying 90 Day Gays.
90 Day Gays, friend.
90 Day Gays, friend.
So meta.
He would probably say, "Hey, everybody, I was on 90 Day Gays. I'm not gay. I'm not gay.
I'm not gay. I don't really support that lifestyle. Well,
That's not my choice. I don't choose to live that life like some people choose."
He would really hammer the choose.
He would really, yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Mm.
I mean, I'm fine. I'm fine with anybody else who wants to do it, friend.
Yeah.
But it's not for me.
I mean,
I don't support it.
The Lord's not fine with it, so I'm fine with it. But Christ is going to burn them.
They're going to get he's going to get his revenge on the end.
Going to get revenge, but I'm a good person.
I'm a good person.
I'm a good person, friend.
I've only set fire to a lot of structures.
Mm-hmm. And you know what happens when they have that anal sex? Poop water.
Paul, if you even knew my anal's so clean, if you even knew.
Which is what Jihoon is talking about.
Exactly.
Good segue,
Thank
Poodle.
you.
Anyway.
They're in their final apartment, thank God. They're in the place where they have a year lease. Y'all, she's had, during those confessionals, which I assume had to be filmed after.
She got a lot of...
She's got some lip fillers done.
Not that I'm opposed, y'all.
She's
you
got
know I
some
love a
cheek
good filler.
fillers, but she doesn't look like herself.
See, that's when I got fillers. I just wanted it to look very subtle. You don't even
you
notice.
still look a little plucked. A little cinched.
You know what? I'm here for it. So they also... The travesty of all this is that... And this is Jihoon's mom's. This is the last card she had to play. You can move in with her, but I'm keeping Baki.
Yeah, well done, Jihoon's mom.
And they still... So they had to get a new dog named Bam Bam.
Which I assume Dracula named her.
Probably, because that's all she likes
Bam,
to do is
Bam,
to take this and go, Bam Bam!
She slaps the dog's head. Smacks the dog.
puppy?
Smacks the dog across the room. So they got a puppy, which is, of course, when your marriage is just starting to make sense,
And
get a puppy.
Yeah,
Good Lord. So
Deavan doesn't know how to wash a rug.
and so she's like stepping in on it like she's I Love Lucy, like stomping grapes.
Anyway, y'all, I'm just gonna say this: Jihoon is into freaky deaky shit
We talk about. He says,
because he wants a bidet.
It's like he does say, "My anal is so dirty. I want a bidet." And he's like, "I'm scratching my anal," and he says to her, "Let me see your anal."
I'm telling y'all, he makes her do freaky deaky shit.
She's fine with it.
She probably is fine with it. So now Devan's like, well,
We're gonna have our big wedding.
This is time for me. So let's have the wedding of my dreams, a real wedding.
Wait, and then we realized that he has no money.
Quote unquote, I said real wedding.
It's pretty awful.
So, and really because she just wants Drusilla to be a flower girl.
That's the only thing
how
he
do you
wants.
think that's going to go? How do you think Drusilla's going to walk down that aisle with
She's
flowers?
going to destroy all the petals and then go and stuff them in someone's mouth.
It's probably
Like Jihoon's grandmother.
and who probably will die because she's like 97.
She'll like climb up something and go, "I'm destroyer of worlds."
Yeah, it's true. And the like, who knows? The altar, the like church altar, just might erupt into flames when she touches it.
Yep. I'm trying to say, I finally realized what Jihoon's new haircut is like. It's kind of like a weird, kind of half bob. It is totally Scooby-Doo Velma. It is 100% Velma. Jinkies.
It's Jinkies, but he looks cute in it.
He's got Velma hair, y'all.
Anyway.
Anyway,
they kind of end on this happy note.
Yeah, and Devan says he is working hard and staying up late at night with the baby, so she's really impressed.
She said, "Thank you for being a dad.
Thank you for being and stepping up." We'll see how long that lasts.
It's not gonna last very long.
And y'all, because I think we've gone on. Yeah, this is going to be a long episode.
And we've got to talk about Tim and Resting
We're
Bitch
going to
Face.
talk about Melyza and Tim because a lot goes down.
But I think the best way for to do that is, I don't know about you, I need a break. We've been trying to take breaks now because when you're in your 20s and your early 30s, if you're a guy, women can fuck forever when they're older. But when you're a guy, you just lose that stamina.
Stamina.
I couldn't say that word.
You need one of those contraptions for your tongue that actually teaches you how to speak.
Anyway, y'all. So we're going to put that in the second part of the second episode.
So we're going to talk about Cheese Stick. We're going to talk about Melyza. We're going to talk about Brittany.
Yazan.
Our
Sissy shout-outs.
And the Sissy Spotlight.
We might even have a couple because we had a lot this week. And make up for last week where we didn't have any.
But because this was a big episode.
It was a big episode.
These are 2-hour episodes. And Cheese Stick and Melyza alone.
That's going to take us a while.
Yeah.
There's a lot on that.
There's a lot in the hopper.
There might be a 90-day theater with Melyza and her mother. Just saying. Anyway, y'all, you can go to 90daygays.com to find all of our information and our merch and all that kind of shit.
Come on us on Cameo.
Yeah. Be Matt Marr, 2 T's, 2 R's, and Jake It or Fake It.
At Jake It or Fake It.
And you can find us all there. And we're going to talk about the other ones, but we call these first people Lonely Hearts because aren't we all just lonely hearts looking for love, poodle?
What happened in this episode?
Oh, God. We'll see you.
I know it. Go ahead. Hit me again. Roll it. Roll it. Tee me up.
Hey, Siri, call Miss ADC, new podcast partner.
Good luck.
Your iPhone first.
Oh, fuck you, Siri. Fuck you.
I can't follow that. Bye.